Ah, goddamn, I'm thirsty. It's New Gear Day. I have been waiting on this package only for like 2 days, but what's inside it for months now, and I am so thrilled to finally have this in my possession. So, what exactly is in here? Let's find out. Because I don't have an actual knife on me. It's beautiful. It's everything I wanted. Always a shout out to Sweetwater for the little candy bag. I will never get tired of that shit. Alright, more stuff I don't need. And this is what we've been waiting on for months. Oh yeah, this guy right here. Let's see what it looks like. Little code. Comes with a little manual, all kinds of notes on it. Ugh. And here we are. The Captor X. So this is the 16 ohm version. I only really went with this one just because the 212 I have in the living room is a 16 ohm cab. I don't have any 412s that are 8 ohms at the moment, so whatever. Me personally, I don't think there's like much of a tonal difference anyway, so why not just get what works? But look at this guy. This is so clean. It's actually pretty heavy too, I'm not gonna lie. Got the front here. And we got all the goodies on the back here. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know what this is, it is a reactive load box, it's attenuator, IR loader, and just a virtual cab. So if you're one of those people who have a bunch of amps laying around and you can't play them in your apartment, looking at this guy, this is a lifesaver. You can also run it straight into your computer. You don't need a cab plugged in because this has a built-in attenuator. That being said, it's only 16 ohms. You can't like cheese it anyway to get like 8 or 4 ohms running. Like you will ruin this thing because of that. But it's a super simple layout. You have your headphone jack. Has a 5-way preset selector on the front here. High and low level. The voicing is supposed to be like a mids sweep, so you can kind of dial in your mid-tone a little bit, just to kind of compensate, I guess, for like the digital converters and all that kind of stuff. And then you have your space knob on here, which is also going to just kind of open up the reverb that you have in there and kind of make it seem like the room's a little bit bigger. And on the back, see if I can get a little closer, 2 XLR outs. This is your speaker in. Then you can go through to your cab, which is also nice. So if you want to just use this as an attenuator, you got a 3-way switch here. You got the full mode. I believe the middle section is -20, and I want to say the bottom is something like pretty extreme, like a -38 or something decibels. It's pretty wild. Which is essentially just for like silent recording at that point. I don't know why you would even use that instead of just like having your amp on the floor and playing through some monitors, but it might work for some people. I guess if you want to like crank old plexis up to 10 and everything, that'll be one way to get around it. This also is got a USB port, and it is MIDI as well, which is pretty cool. So you can hook up MIDI controllers and control all your presets switching through this. I am very, very excited about this. I am about to hook everything up, so stay tuned and let's find out what this guy sounds like. so got everything hooked up. Got the remote for the Captor pulled up here. This is the software. I haven't downloaded the app yet, but this is what you will be staring at while running this. It's pretty straightforward. Not too much of a learning curve, honestly. Right here for your IR loader, that's going to be if you're using any third-party stuff. Here I got loaded up preset using the Bogren Rhythm IRs. This would be if you're using any of the 2-note stuff. So you can go in, you can change the room, all that kind of stuff. Your cab selections are all over here. All these that have the cloud next to them means that you can sample them and then buy them. They'll just kind of drop the volume every like 30 seconds or a minute or something. So yeah, just tons of stuff right off the bat to get going. Haven't really messed a whole lot with the cabinet manager because you do have like these few presets, but I just stick with a few right now. I don't really need a whole lot. Same with the preset manager. Haven't really messed with it too much, but your IR manager here is actually really easy to get all your stuff on. It's not that difficult to go about it. So you would just kind of go through here. I have all mine set up with this. And once you find what you want, let's see, what do I not have on here? You literally just click and drag that impulse over. You'll get this screen here. And it's done. Yeah, another impulse on there. Then you can just go back to your IR loader and just kind of click through here and find it, and you're good to go. Other cool features, this post effects is super amazing. I think this is probably my favorite part of this so far. This EQ is perfect for sculpting your tone. I just keep it on the guitar for now. The custom is pretty much the same. You just have a little bit more. It's a little bit more of like, kind of acts a little more of a parametric, I would say. But I wish there was like a high cut over here too, or a high pass. The enhancer is super nice to get a little extra beefy, and these built-in reverbs are excellent. I think they are super fantastic. So let's check out this first rhythm patch I have here. For this, we're going to be using my EC1000 loaded with EMG 8185s. I am playing Diodario 1260s and drop B. This is going into the Lunchbox 6505 through some pedals into the Captor. I'm just running one XLR out now, so I'm in the dual mono mode, but I'm bypassing the right-hand side, and this is what that sounds like. Right off the bat, just awesome. So I'm going to kick off the EQ and the enhancer here just to show you how much this is actually really helping my guitar tone here. So here's just some stupid chugs. It's just doing so much of that heavy lifting to get to me what I feel like I'm hearing my guitar playing through a cab. Like, I feel like this is bringing back a little bit of that oomph that I feel like you miss a little bit in some of like the digital stuff. That's where I feel like you can't replicate like tube and power that well. But it's getting fantastic. This is all personal experience of any of like plugins or with the Axe-Effect stuff. But I definitely feel like this enhancer makes this tube amp feel like I'm still playing through a physical cab. And I think that's pretty cool, even though I'm just listening through my two monitors right here. It's got that warmth and everything. That being said, let's swap over to a different rhythm section here, or a rhythm preset. So for this one, doing pretty similar things with the EQ here. Just kind of bumping this up a little bit. I wound up cutting the 6K on this one just because with the yellow progrger, it's a little bright. The enhancer, I am keeping a little lower just because I feel like this one didn't need as much of this body or thickness to kind of help out, just because that first cab section is really doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And these are what I'll be bouncing back and forth between when I'm doing all my rhythm tracks. That's the awesome thing about this unit being able to run dual mono, as opposed to stereo, is I can double track, pan those two left, double track again, pan those hard right, and I didn't need to record 4 guitar tracks trying to play extreme metal. So I've saved myself half the time. It's so much stress and just headaches to come later that day trying to get everything tight. This EQ section is just phenomenal. Compared to all right, so let's check out this reverb for a minute here, because this is just, I was literally just blown away by how awesome these sound right out of the box. So for this one, I have it set up in the Cathedral with the ambience over the room. I feel like the room does give you more of you're really in that room feel, where the ambience is what you would be hearing in the room. It's it sounds really silly explaining it, but that's how it kind of feels and whenever I play, and what you'll hear in just a second. But we'll start with the ambience on the Cathedral. Sounds amazing. And then the room here. But yeah, it sounds just, I mean, that's not my preferred way to run reverb most of the time. If you want to get into some just like really like, if you added like, just crank that, you could probably get some like My Bloody Valentine-ish sounding things, you know? Still prefer that ambience just to kind of give it a little extra help. Let's check out some of the other reverbs really quick. So we got the studio. Like I barely even hear that, it's so quick. I feel like my guitar's noisy enough, it's just cutting into it. Here's the next one. I'm gonna keep them on the room just so they're like really intense. All right, over to the loft. over to the hall. Next hall. Let's check out this crypt here. Pretty good. Over the cathedral, back to the plate. While we're on the plate, cool thing with this that I was tinkering with a little bit last night. Not able to, just because I'm using this mic and not able to run true dual mono. Try saying that fast 3 times. You can actually split your XLRs to do a dry wet, so you can send all the reverb into one side, have your guitar track on the other, so you can definitely get that like nice like Van Halen 1 album tone with this, you know. Obviously you're going to need something that can get that tone, but you can still do that same recording technique of having all the reverb pan one side, your guitar pan to the other. It sounds really fantastic. Now over to the spring. Got a nice little like that sure sounds really nice. And a tile. And we got a chamber. And then you can just kind of, with this custom one here, I guess you just have more control over like your room size and echo and based on what size of room you want. There's no other stuff that you can really click on for that. So yeah, I guess you just, it's just like a simple reverb. Yeah, it sounds pretty nice though. I think I wouldn't be able to stress this enough. This reverb section for leads is just such a lifesaver, especially if you don't want to use a bunch of pedals, or you don't have a bunch of pedals, or your amps don't have effects loops. Just that alone is like worth looking into this unit for. All right, so lastly here, we're just gonna go, let me swap over to a different preset just so nothing gets messed up here. We're gonna do a quick run through here of all these preloaded cabs. Let's find one that's not gonna cut out on us. So we got, yeah, this Mesa here. Which sounds pretty good. Right now there's a ribbon 121 and a 421 on there. But I'm going to swap it to a 160 and a 57. Let's turn off all those post effects. Yeah, so from here, you're able to click and drag inside this kind of shadow here. You kind of go off this grid. One thing that's really cool, you can swap it over and actually stick one behind and get some nice chunky, like more like kind of like a low mid push through there, which is really nice. And then go back to this 57 and mess with it, get it a little closer. You can make it more on or off axis and really kind of dial everything in from there. Let's move that back to the front. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this section. Through here, you got your cabs you can go through. There's just so many to choose from. You're just not gonna run out of options, but I would definitely recommend just sticking with a few so you're not overloading yourself with just too many options, because you can get a little bit of that option paralysis with all this, especially with this feature here, being able to just like click and drag your mic around everywhere. Like I would definitely say I think they did a good job at capturing all the different sounds you're going to be hearing throughout all this. But that is what that side of the Torpedo remote looks like. Someone's playing a ukulele outside. Fucking assholes. So what are my impressions of the Captor X? I think this is fantastic. I think this is a wonderful product. I think if you're trying to get into home recording and you want to use your amps, this is going to be your new best friend. Price point is there. I feel like the features that comes with it is just enough. Having the two outputs, being able to do dual mono or stereo is awesome. Being able to do dry wet and send your reverb into one side is a really cool feature. The built-in attenuator is nice. I have not checked that out yet, but I am looking forward to being able to play my 100-watt Marshall in my living room and my neighbors not complain about it. That's going to be super fun when I actually hook that up. I don't really have too much to say, honestly. I think it's built like a tank. It's very easy to use. It took me about an hour of just kind of tinkering with it to really dial in like a couple of tones and just like learn the software itself. It's awesome that there's a phone app you can use. I haven't checked that out yet, but I will be doing that very soon. All right, so thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this. Let me know if you want to hear some different amps I have and go through some tones and see what we can all do with this. Other than that, hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.